The fans were talking yesterday, so today we discuss whether VGK made the right move by acquiring Tomas Hertl, or should they have stuck with Chandler Stephenson? We'll get to that when we return right here on this WTF edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Well, hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day, especially today on WTF Day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure to subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel.
It's hot. The coffee's hot this morning.
We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/lockedon and get the most out of the rest of this summer. Should VGK have kept consistent center Chandler Stephenson, or did the Golden Knights make the right move with the acquisition of one Tomas Hertl? Just some overall stats for you all out there. Stevenson, 16 goals, 4 on the power play, 35 assists, and a -9 on the season. He also had a couple of shorthanded goals. Tomas Hertl, 17 goals, 21 assists, a -28 overall, and 6 power play goals, 1 shorthanded. So, a lot of chirping yesterday, Mr. Golick. Are you on the Stevenson side or the Hertl side?
If my only decisions are the Stevenson or the Hertl side, I'm going to lean the Stevenson side. Now, there's more to it than this. Let's not just look at player versus player, but chemistry. That's a really big word. That's a really big word that's also a 4-letter word lately in these parts. We hear about the chemistry and things like that. Well, Stone has plenty of chemistry with Chandler Stephenson. Stevenson has plenty of chemistry with the entire Vegas Golden Knights locker room. Don't think I've ever heard anyone say anything bad about Stevenson, the human. Not saying Hertl is any better or any worse of a human, but just simply going off of Stevenson's time as a member of the Vegas Golden Knights. The best version of Tomas Hertl from a statistical perspective, let's start there. Points, 64, 63 points. So you're talking a 60-point player. 74 points with the Sharks in the 2018-2019 season. Plus-minus numbers are abysmal, but that's the Sharks. I'm not going to necessarily hold that against him. But in Hertl's short time with the Vegas Golden Knights in the regular season, he's a -2, but he had 4 points down the stretch. So let's certainly make sure we acknowledge the good in that. The next thing here, we hear so much about Hertl, the power play, the power play version of Tomas Hertl, and it's pretty good, right? He gets the net front presence, very good in the face-off circle. Like, he's a good player. I want to make sure we're not just dumping on Hertl, because that's not what we're doing by any means here. Hertl, from a power play perspective, special teams, last couple seasons, 6 goals collectively between San Jose and Vegas, 6 and 6 and 6. Wow. Chandler, okay, 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. 4 6s as far as the amount of power play goals for Tomas Hertl. Okay. Chandler Stephenson, I felt, wasn't, at least in my mind, utilized as much on the power play. So let's look for a second here. Okay.
4. I think
4
I said
last
4.
year.
Yeah.
6 the season before. 6 the season before. And a lot of that is relegated to second team power play duty because of that Jack Eichel dude and Jonathan Marchessault and Mark Stone. Ivan Barbashev gets some time. So, I mean, that's the thing here. So what is the major difference? Someone did point out, and I thought this was a very good take in that Twitter feed yesterday, about the puck handling and puck possession of Tomas Hertl. Hard to find a stat to measure that, but definitely Hertl, there's a lot of Mark Stone in the way he plays the game. He's not this lightning fast skater by any means, but he's smart. He plays the game well. But Stevenson, this is the first time, honestly, since the offseason where I kind of miss Stevenson. I don't know about his contract, but Stevenson, at the contract he got from Seattle, or Hertl at the contract that the Vegas Golden Knights are currently paying. That's another thing to consider.
And we do have to find out how many of those Stevenson goals, when he was successful, were alongside Mark Stone, right? Because those two were the combo. And Hertl, we're just trying to balance things out here, folks. But Hertl, keep in mind.
Now, people only are going to take the negative, Tony. They're only going to take the negative and chop it up. You know that, but that's fine.
Okay, so Hertl had Joe Pavelski and Timo Meier and their net front presence for a while in San Jose. And so for him, that helped his game offensively as well. So this is pretty much, would you say it's close to even?
It's, again, there's more to it than simply the statistics. There's the locker room presence. There's that continuity. There's the fact that Chandler Stephenson was Mark Stone's center for basically his entire time here. It didn't take long for those two to become in sync and obviously do what they were doing here. I'm looking up the term here for Chandler Stephenson contract. I think it's 6 or 7 years. Like he got in my opinion, a cringeworthy type of contract. So, all right, $6.2 million. Stevenson's contract will be up at the end of 30-31. Yikes, that's crazy.
8.
We're talking about
7. Okay. Yeah.
Tomas Hertl's contract, 6.7, will be up at the end of 29-30. So we're a couple of years out. First of all, I don't know if Stevenson would have even kicked the tires on free agency if the Golden Knights, came up to him with, a $5 million type of AAV for, 5 years. But again, Golden Knights wouldn't have given that AAV to him, but they gave it to Tomas Hertl, which is kind of weird. You're talking $500,000 difference in salary between the two. You save a couple of bucks with Chandler Stephenson. I'm starting to lean. You look at the money. Again, I don't like either of these contracts. Let's make sure we're clear about this. So we're picking, in terms of Argo, we're picking the best bad idea by far here. And I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm lightly leaning towards, I think the Golden Knights should have found a way to hold on to Stevenson. And I think that Hertl trade is going to be an anchor for the Golden Knights for a long time to come.
Another differentiating factor. Fun must be always. So Stevenson doesn't have a tagline that
I see. Hold on, cutting you off. I see your fun must be always. I raise you a grab your nuts and go to work.
Yeah, but that too
no,
bad it's not
grab
Stevenson.
Your nuts and go to work. That needs a book. That needs the book.
That's the book title. The next one, I think, yes. I have to semi-agree with you there. I was also looking up recently VGK in the playoffs, right? Remember how they were dominant in 5v5 a season ago in the playoffs? I was just checking for some odd reason against Dallas this season in the playoffs compared to a year ago. 12 goals at even strength and 18 goals against Dallas in the series a season ago. So the Golden Knights are going to have to be better at 5 versus 5 if they're going to get back into the hunt this upcoming season.
Yeah, so we pulled up some stats here on Money Puck. Last year, Chandler Stephenson 5v5 was a -2. Tomas Hertl collectively between his time with the Sharks and the Golden Knights -20. Now, again, it's the Sharks. We're not going to put a lot of thought into that. But again, Hertl was a -4.
Does that include playoffs? Does that include
No,
playoffs?
this is just regular season we're talking.
Okay.
No, playoffs would have shifted this number tremendously.
Right. A -6.
Yeah, playoffs, no, that's a big
I know you pointed that
shift
out yesterday, too, with one of the fans. So you kind of got one up on that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
So why were you arguing with fans yesterday?
That's
kind of
a
spicy.
specialty. Honestly, I was working all dang day yesterday, and you sent me the text and said that video went a bit bonkers that I put out there, and I'm like, okay, fine, and I'm going to defend myself. And I mean, listen, people are in love.
I laugh, except for this one clown that says that we only do it for likes and for clout, and I'm just like, come on. I think we're pretty much down the middle. If you go back and you,
I barely can pay for this coffee from this podcast.
If you take. It must be Starbucks. If you take a look at our previous podcast on YouTube or listen to them, and you go back, and you will, if you can sort through everything in all of our craziness here, we're pretty much
down. Also, we get our clicks
down
and
the
views,
middle.
please.
We're down the middle, though. more so than anyone. I have to defend us as a whole here. So
No, it's
that's my
fine. I mean,
WTF take.
and listen, we're not dumping on Tomas Hertl right now. Like, that's the thing. We are not dumping on him by
We don't
any
know
means.
what we're going to get
Hertl,
here. Folks, we do not know what we're going to
no.
get here. And hey, I had a question too. I thought San Jose picked up a piece of that contract
No, they did.
in the trade.
Yeah, no,
About how
they
much
did.
do you think?
He's only getting 6.2 from Vegas. I think his overall
is it
hit
8?
is
Is it
8
8?
something. It's in the 8 range.
Wow.
I could
That's
be
right.
wrong.
It
I'm not
is
going to
8.
pull it up. I'm
Yeah,
too
yeah,
lazy.
yeah. No, I think it's 8. I think it's 8 something. That's why I was
Yeah.
there.
So credit to Kelly McCrimmon for getting that side of the deal done where there's money.
For fleecing San Jose.
I don't know
Allegedly.
if I don't
I
know
don't
if
know.
they
We'll
did.
see.
I mean, in the grand
Was it
scheme, I don't
Edstrom in the
know.
trade and 2 draft
I
picks?
think so. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But again,
That's right.
Hertl.
There are no prospects here in Vegas.
Here's the concern. Oh, Tim Conley. Here's the concern right now. What if the best version of Tomas Hertl is what we saw in the playoffs and down the stretch with the Vegas Golden Knights?
No, and there's no assurance that he will be better.
And that I think
he
is
does
the
not
current.
have Pavelski and Meyer. Sorry.
He's got Eichel and Stone and Barbashev.
Net front presence. Barbashev and maybe Hannafin. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
Still
and
a
again,
huge question mark. Parking lot.
Yeah. What if this is the best version of Hertl is what we see right now? What if he was at his peak already? If he's at his peak already and shows decline, that's not good. Now, long off season. Again, this 4-letter word chemistry, that's more than 4 letters. Now he has an entire off season to get to know the players, however he handles that, and then obviously the training camp and everything else. So that's going to be really important. And listen, maybe we'll see this 75-point version of Tomas Hertl. That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing.
And if you're making an argument, Locked On San Jose Sharks, please don't send a graphic. I don't understand some of those graphics. I have no idea.
I thought they were locked on Celebrini.
Oh, that's right. Locked On. That's all they have to bank on. Coming up next, 5 teams that got noticeably weaker in the offseason. You know where we're heading on this one, folks. It's not from us. It's from national media again.
No, it's from us. We're getting it's our fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Back with more after this on Locked On Golden Knights. This summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus each and every day. That's right. There's something for everyone every single day for the remainder of this summer, which also goes into NFL season. And tomorrow is a very busy day here in Las Vegas with the WNBA Aces returning home after 4 players received their gold medals. So they will be here against New York and the Liberty. And then the tail end of the doubleheader over at Allegiant Stadium will be the Raiders against them Cowboys. And you could bet on everything, get some action in if you're attending those games. Or if you want to bet preseason, knock yourself out at FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com/lockedon and get going here and get the most out of the remainder of the summer. And you can also, of course, bet on Major League Baseball as things are getting pretty interesting, especially in the AL East. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. Of course, in today's WTF, tomorrow sometimes. Not lately here. Watch out for school zones. It's the Chris and Chris Jr. show. So, yeah, I have to be very careful. It says go slow in school zones, but people are creeping. You can't go fast in school zones here. Right?
You mentioned the Raiders earlier. I saw the Raiders was voted one of the worst NFL experiences in the NFL. Did you catch that article the other day?
No, that's bogus. It's fun. No, it's really good.
I was there for a UNLV game. I loved it. I can imagine for a Raider game, it's bonkers.
Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. And what makes it so good, again, Bill Foley would never admit that he likes like half of the arena being sold out to visiting fans, but it is. It's great. It's
I love that. I think it's great. I've said that so many times in T-Mobile. I love the more road fans, the better. It makes it. It's a cool environment when there's more road fans. Not knocking the home fans by any means. I just love both sides of it. That's all.
Yeah, no, but it was about Broncos bring in about 75% of the fans, and
Oh yeah,
it's
Chiefs. I
so
mean,
chippy
it's
and it's fun. And the Chiefs, yes, looking forward to another big season here. No, it's a terrific atmosphere, and that stadium's the best. Daily Faceoffs, Matt Larkin, who I've had as a guest on my radio show in the past a couple of times, listed 5 teams that is that supposed to give him credibility or something? Listed 5 teams that got weaker during the offseason, and VGK topped the list ahead of Winnipeg, Florida, the LA Kings, and Carolina. He called VGK the evil empire. Matt, it is the medieval empire. Please, I've got our trademark right there on it, the medieval empire, if you're going to be correct here. And he said the reason VGK let veterans go is because of the big ticket pieces that the Golden Knights acquired at the deadline. What do you think about the Golden Knights being number 1 on this list of teams that got weaker? There was no stinking plan. There was no plan.
I want to know why people still keep calling Logan Thompson a backup. I think he started the
Oh
most
my
games for
goodness!
this
How about that?
franchise
It's
for
not
the first 2
WTF yet.
seasons.
It's not WTF just yet.
So I just
That was
tricked
on
your
my list.
WTF. So all right, really fast, going through the Western Conference teams on this list. Kings at number 4.
How
I
are they
don't
not?
know.
How are the Kings not better by
I
getting
think you look at Matt
the
Roy, Victor
Dubois?
Arvidsson, and Blake Lizotte versus
Dubois.
the other ones. And Pierre-Luc Dubois leaving, that's a plus. I don't care what
It's a
happens. I
plus.
like Tanner Janot. I
Yeah.
like Warren Foegele from the Oilers. Like, I think they got better, honestly, or
Yes.
at least
Same
ran
here.
in place with a better locker room.
Yeah.
Panthers are on the list. Again, they Stanley Cup, it causes change. And the Golden Knights experience that now instead of the season before. So whatever to that. Winnipeg Jets moved a lot of pieces around. I don't know how that's going to shake out. Winnipeg finds a way to be there in the regular season, then definitely smothers out. And then obviously Vegas Golden Knights are number 1 on the daily face-offs list, not our list. We're reacting to the article, folks. I'm not saying they're wrong. Out: Marchessault, Stevenson, Logan Thompson, Mantha, Tony's favorite, Alec Martinez, Amadio, William Carrier. Here comes Elias Samsonov, Alex Holtz, Victor Olofsson, Akira Schmid, and Robert Hagg. I wonder if we're going to actually see Robert Hagg get an opportunity this year. Evil Empire. I mean, this is all crap that we always hear, and that's fine. Medieval Empire, whatever. It's all the same regurgitation, and that's just part of what this culture is of the Vegas Golden Knights. And when I say culture, I just simply mean they bring players in, they ship them out, and that's how it goes here. And it's definitely a little more cutthroat in Vegas. And I think the bar tab came, right? The bar tab came for the last couple of seasons and some of the trades that were made. And this is the type of offseason that kind of had to happen. March so didn't need to happen, but we don't need to keep beating that horse. It's been dead for a month and a half now, so we can move on from that. But this is the offseason that kind of had to happen. There's been all these trades made, all these draft picks moved around, and the Golden Knights are simply running out of assets to ship right now. You can't think for a second that Kelly McCrimmon wasn't kicking tires on Mitch Marner. I don't know how close they ever got. Trevor Zegras' name has come up. Martin Necas was a name that came up a little bit, and other free agents and other trade pieces, and there still might be something happening.
They better do something.
I don't know if they can. I mean, they can. It depends. The value of a second-round draft pick today is not what the value of a second-round draft pick is when the trade deadline comes. Trade deadline comes, second-round draft pick gets you a lot. There's so many more things that are happening as far as expiring contracts. You may have a team that thought they were going to be in the hunt. They're out of the hunt, so they're willing to trade. Well, however it may shake out. But I guess the big thing here to tie it into the segment is, can Kelly McCrimmon make up for a rough offseason by making this team better as the season progresses? And we know Kelly McCrimmon hasn't met a trade he's not willing to talk about and kick the tires with a GM. When it comes time to ship an asset the other way, the Golden Knights' strength is defense. Once the season starts, who knows how healthy it'll be. But right now, today, August the 16th, their strength is defense. That's where they can trade from. They got some second-round picks and a first-round pick in like 2027 or something like that, 25, 26, 26, 20, whatever it is. I don't think anyone wants to wait that long for their first-round draft pick.
Carolina lost a bunch. Jake Ginsel, Brady Shea,
Ginsel to Tampa, that's big.
Kuznetsov, yeah, they lost a bunch there that thought that they could be
Because
at the
Netsov's in the
top.
twilight, but yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, no, definitely. And again, another negative article about VGK that we did not put out, folks. And how will this fan base react if this is just a mid-season for the Vegas Golden Knights? They expect so much, and I'm not excited about this upcoming season for the Golden Knights. I'm not. I don't think they're missing something, a major piece. I still believe.
See, no, where I disagree is the excitement for the season. I'm excited because
Oh, that's right. They painted the ice. Yeah.
they did paint the ice.
The
Yes,
logo's
they
there.
painted
Oh
the ice.
man,
Yeah,
I am
that's
so
awesome.
pumped up. Especially the lines. I
Listen, the
couldn't-
line's
I
kind of
just-
cool with the Nevada logo on it. You got
I
to give them
can't
that,
get
Tony.
over that, man. I was
What's
just
wrong with that?
jumping up and down.
What I do like about the season, what does have me excited, is the unknown. This is territory the Vegas Golden Knights have not really been in since season 1, where you had no idea what was going to happen. We knew nothing about Jonathan Marchessault. We knew nothing about this misfit vibe that was going to be born and everything else. And obviously the magical run that season 1 had. There's that same level of mystery heading into season number 8. Geez, 8 seasons already. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Heading into
crazy
season
eight,
number
crazy
8, we got the most interesting training camp coming up. I think there's so many training camp battles, and will an unknown rookie that someone not even talking about try and play their way onto the team? Who knows? Where's Brisson going to end up? Is Olofsson done, or does he have a 25-goal season in him? Who is Alex Holtz, and is Pavel Dorofeev ready to become a 50-point everyday contributor? Like, I'm excited for all of that. Now, does that mean the Golden Knights are going to have a successful season, be comfortably in the playoffs, and have a Stanley Cup run in them? If my choice is yes or no on August the 16th, the answer is unequivocally no. It's not going to happen. Again, McCrimmon could fix that, though, depending on how the season goes and what we've seen in the past. So I'm excited for the upcoming season. There was one other thing I wanted to react to that you said, and I already forgot what it was. You said 2 things.
Okay.
One, you talked about the excitement. Whatever you said before that. You remember what you said before excitement?
I
Besides
said that
painting the lines?
I said that they painted the line on the ice.
You said something else I wanted to react to. I forgot what it was.
It's gold, man. You should see it. It just had me jumping for joy.
It looks good. Listen, Tony, we dog on the team a lot. I like
no,
that.
but
It's
I'm just
cool.
saying, like, never mind.
They're
talking
selling.
about
Listen,
substance.
they're putting
We're talking about
content
the
out there.
team.
That's their job. It's August 16th. They got to do that too. It's all good. It's all. Trust me, I don't push back often when it comes to things
excited?
about the
Are
team.
you excited? You're excited for hockey season? I'm not.
Oh,
yet.
I'm definitely excited. Why would I not be? I mean, we're
yet.
talking about we're beating this Tomas Hertl horse into the ground right now. We've next week you're going to ask me for a segment. I'm going to talk about Shea Theodore, and you're going to do one of those karate kicks that when William Karlsson scores an empty netter. So I mean, yeah, I'm excited for this season. I'm excited. I am honestly excited to have. Here's what I would love to have. We've been down about the Golden Knights offseason. We don't think this is a Stanley Cup caliber.
They were
team.
not prepared.
Okay, fine. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see Kelly McCrimmon shove it right down our throats and watch the Golden Knights have a 105-point season. That's what I would love to see.
You think they have a chip on their shoulder?
Oh, I think everyone's got a chip on their shoulder, and that you have to have a chip on your shoulder if you're a member of the Vegas Golden Knights. The one thing I did want to say really fast, I know we're going a little long here in the segment, but I don't think you said, what if they have a mid-season and it's not a playoff team or a borderline playoff team from the word go? How's that going to play out? I still think the plan is for the Golden Knights, if they make a run in 24-25, fine, Kelly McCrimmon will figure it out. I honestly think the plan is to get through this season, see what they have in players like Holtz and Dorofeev, and see where Brisson is at and Victor Olofsson. Could these be long-term players? Obviously, the goaltending is it's a work in progress. We'll keep it comfortable at that. But I think the plan is to get through this season, and then 25-26 is where the Golden Knights are setting up, and beyond that for a possible Stanley Cup run. If it's a mid-season and they're not in the playoff hunts, it's going to be ugly. Now you can go.
Okay. Your inflection, you dropped your stinking voice, bro, and then you picked it up again. Coming up next, What the Friday? WTF. We'll get Chris's inflection down, right? We'll return right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Passion, drive, and patience. What brings home the winning trophy is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything that you need to maintain your vehicle and to level it up to peak performance. From superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and much, much more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you will always find exactly what you are looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride each and every time, or you get your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you are burning rubber and not cash. With all the parts you need, all the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and to bring home that win. Keep your ride or die alive with ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. Please make sure that you subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel to get some versions of video of myself and Chris Golick. So it is WTF time. WTF. I'm going to start off by saying, what version of Ilya Samsonov luggage will VGK fans get this season? This guy, I think what they did, VGK is awfully good with the smoke screen. So they draft Trevor Connolly and no one sees Samsonov sliding under the radar is what happens. They're so good.
Oh, we all see him now. We all see Samsonov now.
Will he steer clear of any issues on or off the ice? Already we saw the chirp on Instagram at Linus Ullmark. Will he last the season without drama? I say heavy money coming on the no. Heavy money in on the no. Here's a guy that was suspended for 4 years from the IIHF for a failed drug test. He had a brutal preseason camp a season ago that no one's speaking about. He was pulled at Buffalo. What did we say the other day? In the 9-3 loss, about 25 minutes in. He was placed on waivers and then taken back last season. He went to play for the Marlies for a while, had to get back into his mental frame to play. This is Robin Lehner 2.0. WTF, things could absolutely go sideways in a hurry for VGK between the pipes. WT stinking F.
If we were concerned about goaltending last year, which you and I both were very concerned about, I think it's at I'm not going to say a DEFCON type of level, but it's a higher concern right now. Sorry, John Prince, Brandon, always, or John Price, pardon me. I'm sorry, John. I always call you John Prince. Bandit, WTF. I wish the drama would stop and we can just start the season already. And then me, the drama will get to an entirely new level this season. And I put a nice buttery tub of popcorn in there. So that's the first WTF. I'm with John on the drama, but I'm also with Tony on the fact that we're just getting started with the drama train. All right, so let's react here. I put up a clip talking about Tomas Hertl. Now, people are dogging us because of the text and stuff that shows on this video. We don't change the text. We have to leave the text the way it is. That's what the channel told us to do. So I have nothing to do with that part. So because we said Tomas Hertl, it's just AI. It happens on all the videos. Whatever.
Does it say turtle?
It says Hertl, like
jumping to hurdle. HUR.
Yeah, there's all sorts of errors, but that's normal in this AI world right now.
Right. Okay.
So what I want to know is when the fan base considered Tomas Hertl the next coming of Joe Sakic. Like we said something a bit mid about Tomas Hertl, and I'm concerned. I wasn't sold on him. That's what I said. I wasn't sold on him was the takeaway. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying whatever. I'm not sold on what I saw of Tomas Hertl for 13 games.
Absolutely
I know
not.
who Chandler Stephenson is.
You should not be. You shouldn't be. -6 in the playoffs is almost 1- per game. Okay.
He was I'll take a step farther. He was irrelevant outside of special teams. And again, he's injured. I don't think the Sharks would have even activated him had he stayed with the Sharks last year. So this could all get a lot better, and I'm okay acknowledging that. But I'm reacting to what I saw in 13 games here. Saw someone mention the chemistry and everything. Okay, fine. He played 6 games after returning from injury. Maybe wait a little bit. No, he played 13 games. Owen says we're the smartest Vegas fan, and Tony says we tell it like it is. Okay. How do you have any views? Well,
No. Tony didn't say that. Locked On
Locked
Golden
On.
Knights,
The
I
intern
believe,
said that. The intern said that. I'm sorry, the intern. All right. How do you have any views? We get a couple views. This is one of the blankest takes to compare Hertl, a puck possession, net front monster, to Stevenson, who can only skate fast. That's about it. Well, he's a 50-point plus player for the last 3 seasons. Hertl, and then here we go. There's always an asterisk. Here's what bothers me. Hertl is hopefully healed. Is he? Is he healed? I don't know.
Hopefully
and develop chemistry with the roster. Then they tell us to be better.
Why?
Then,
can I just jump in for a second?
Jump in.
Here? Why do people dump on players that leave this organization? Why, like the Logan Thompson takes yesterday? Oh, LT left Vegas so that he could be the backup in Washington.
He knew what he was getting into when he went there, and I'm not going to say it yet. We're not going to talk about it. So
shut the Friday up.
Shut the Friday up. There you go. This is why no one in the VGK fan base likes you. Okay, fine. If you say anything mid or negative about the Vegas Golden Knights, I get it.
Yesterday.
You're public enemy number one.
We gained some Shark fans, man.
No, Shark fans are mad at us too for this because someone whose name is.
Can you help me here? What in the world was that graph that they posted?
Someone posted
from
a graph.
Locked On Sharks. The bar graph, and bars are going up and down. WTF? Let it go.
Real fast. Sharks.
I like your hand graphs much better.
I just did one. You weren't looking. Last person here, and then I'm done. This the account name is Sharks. That's actually a Pat Foley reference. Chicago Blackhawks. They always call them the Sharks. Whatever. Vegas is hard to impress. Hertl might be one of the most dominant puck possession guys in the league. Listen, fine. I want to see it. That's the only thing I say.
I want to see net front stinking presence is what I want.
Hertl had net front presence. I give him all the credit. There's 2 places I will give Hertl a lot of credit. Net front presence and faceoffs. 100%. 100%.
It started to dwindle his net front presence. It did.
But he's 13 games removed from injury. It should get better.
Okay.
What if it doesn't get
better?
What if it doesn't get better?
Okay.
WTF.
Okay. WTF. Did you see? I didn't realize this, but Nate Schmidt signed with Florida. Did you see that? Yeah.
And Tomas Nosek.
And Nosek.
They're getting the band back together.
I know. How about that? Oh, but we're going to hate them because they're former Golden Knights. No, you could never hate on Nate.
Yes, Tomas Nosek. He's public enemy number 1. Nicest. He might be the nicest guy in the history of VGK with Marc-Andre Fleury and stuff, by the way. He's such a nice guy.
Logan Thompson is in a contract year, folks. Let the guy live a little. Let him breathe, man. Because he asked for a trade because he wasn't getting whatever respect or starts here. WTF.
Just wait till next week. I don't want to leak it, but just wait till next week.
Wait till next week. Okay. WTF from E-Runs. Did the Blues give Stan Bowman a welcome back moment with the offer sheets or just business?
How about the offer sheets?
How about the offer sheets?
I didn't even think about that side of it. Ooh, that's spicy. Good job, E-Runs. Good job. I like that. Good job, E-Runs. You owe me a hot dog.
At Darth Tommy, whatever that means, at Darth Tommy 774, WTF. I attended the Sammy Hagar concert at MGM last week, and I was shocked by how small the arena was compared to T-Mobile. I believe it's only about 14,000 across the street at MGM Grand, and that's compared to T-Mobile, which goes 19. I said I had not been there in years. And I have a new appreciation for those Frozen Fury games that I witnessed there. Those are tremendous, by the way. I would love to have that close-up NHL experience again. I really do like that arena. And I've seen some legendary acts in there. And the good old Frozen Fury games hosted by the Kings back in the days there at MGM Grand Garden.
You can get 16,800 in MGM Grand Garden, by the way. It's not much smaller than T-Mobile. You can get 16,800. I don't know if that's concert or seats.
It's definitely concerts. It's about 14 seats. It's about 14
Okay,
seats.
so it's got the horseshoe and everything. The Garden is an iconic arena. It's not great. The upstairs, the view lines aren't that good. The seats aren't comfortable, but I guess if we have a Wrigley Field, here you go. If we have a Wrigley Field as far as an arena goes, it's the MGM Grand Garden.
Got great
And
memories.
Sam
there,
Boyd gets
man.
cut out because it's non-existent anymore. But
I have great memories at that arena. We appreciate
yeah,
everyone.
great
tuning in.
concerts there. Definitely, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the ice was pretty good. There were some good sight lines for hockey there. There were. Hockey was good there.
Oh yeah, it would have been fine. It would have been great.
Did
But
you
it would have
go
been
to?
fine.
Did
No,
you go?
I
Frozen Fury?
wasn't as
I
much
went
into it.
I went to like 3 or 4. They used to play Colorado most of the time.
LA.
They played the Rangers.
LA.
I went. And yeah, LA. They, meaning LA, the Kings, they hosted those games. And then, of course, Rangers came in. So that was a ton of fun. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers.
That was fun.
Thank you so much. Of course, I think the drama will continue on our at Locked On VGK Twitter X handle. I still can't say X on our X handle.
I'm starting to say it, and it's even weirder now that I'm saying it.
Please make sure that you subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. And for my man, Chris Golick, I am Tony Cardasco. Have a terrific weekend, everyone. And we will see you next week right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Please take care.